What is going on, everyone? I hope everyone is having an amazing day today. Remember, today can be a great day for you if you all want it to be. Happy Sunday. It's almost the end of the weekend. I hope everyone is having an amazing Sunday today. I'm actually out. I'm going to go out and do a few videos for the channel today. So I want you all to ride along with me. How is everyone doing so far? I know I've not done a video in a little bit. But that's what I'm going to do today. A couple of videos. I want you to ride along with me. I'm surprised the weather has held up a little bit, because it stormed all day yesterday until about 4:35ish. Finally cleared up a little bit. They're actually calling for more storms today. But so far it's cleared up a little bit, so hopefully I can get these videos in today. There's a couple of places I want to go to. I'm not going to spoil it for you. There's a lot of traffic out right now. This way. I am actually going to go to Bristol today. Pull the windows up a little bit. We go to Bristol. There's a couple of places I want to go to and show you all on the channel. A couple of famous graves. No, it's going to be epic, and I am glad you all are riding along with me on this journey. I want to thank everyone for all the love and support that you're giving the channel. Thank you all for the love and support for the social media. Truly amazing. are one huge family, so turned out to be a gorgeous day today. Bring it up a little bit again. Well, it is the summertime. People are traveling more, so of course it's gonna so of course the gas is going to go up a little bit more than normal. Have a high demand in getting gas because you're traveling more. But it's all good. No, this time next week, well, I'm going to be filming. I'm going to turn it down. Next weekend, not this coming up next week, the last weekend in July, I'm heading to North Carolina. Spending the weekend in a cabin, so I won't be much active. Now I probably will film, using the Dashcam to film on the way to the cabin and on the way back from the cabin back home. Because to the cabin it's about 3.5 hour drive from the house. So just be aware that won't be doing much videoing then. I may do it just because there's a couple of cemeteries there that I'm going to be going to. So hopefully I'll make some decent content, make more, broaden my horizon a little bit. Stop up here at Dollar Tree on 394 and give me some waters and stuff because it is 85 degrees outside. Gotta keep yourself hydrated. this is 394. You've been on this road multiple times with me. I'm going to work and stuff. This will run from 11W, or we just turned off on. I say we because you're with me. Runs from 394 from 11W to 421. Those three vehicles. You stay right there. I had that to happen the other day that someone decided to pull out of right there at that church. About 20 minutes. I may get these videos in today and I may not. It's the only thing I hate about this summer. It's always, the weather's always bipolar. It's either sunny or stormy. That's one thing I hate about this weather. I hate about the summertime. Besides the heat, of course. Now the heat don't really bother me much, because I'm kind of used to it where I work for the county, but the sun's coming back out again. So I was talking about where the weather is so bipolar here. Because they had no mirror on the driver's side. Fairly busy today. What's this woman doing? Just gonna back in right here. Actually, pulling her here. Alright, well, I'll be running here real quick and give me some drinks and stuff to take with me on the road trip. And I'll see you all in a bit. Alright, so I am now leaving the Dollar Tree. That didn't take too long. Got me some hydration stuff and some protein shakes for work tomorrow and this week.
Turn left onto Sprint Drive.
Yeah, I've got the GPS in for that cemetery, so you'll hear that too.
At the stop sign, turn left onto State Route 394. In 2 miles, turn left onto Exide Drive.
Doesn't seem like it's 2 miles from here to Exide. Traffic is out today. I mean, I'm not promoting this, but Perform X, the hydration drinks, the watermelon and strawberry definitely ain't terrible. It's actually pretty good. Turn the air on in here since I have the windows up. It's muggy still.
next light, turn left.
Looks like it's gonna pour, back towards the Bristol side of things.
At the light, turn left onto Exide Drive. In 1.5 miles, turn left onto Volunteer Parkway.
There, I turned the GPS down a little bit. I didn't realize the volume was up that high. So I turned it down. Tad bit for you. So back this way, it looks like it's gonna pour. I want to get into that building right there. I've been in it one time. That's the old Exide building. They used to make batteries in that plant. I actually applied for it when it was open. Kind of glad I didn't take the job. It's been shut down for
At the next light, turn left.
It's been shut down for many, many years now. I'm actually kind of glad I didn't take the job. And there's the Bristol Motor
At the light, turn left onto Volunteer Parkway.
There's the Bristol Motor Speedway. Supposedly the world's fastest half mile.
Stay in the right 2 lanes.
There's plenty.
In 3.2 miles, keep right.
Main glass is down there. There's the drive-in movie theater. Friday to Sunday, Moana, and Toy Story 5. Restaurant. It's actually a good restaurant. finding the famous graves I'm trying to find are going to be the fun part of everything.
In 1 mile, keep right. To keep right. In 1 mile, turn right.
Live sports, draft beer, cocktails, burgers, and pizza. Oh, cool. Let's check that out sometime. Arrive at your destination. Alright. So that's the cemetery on your right. This is Glenwood. I've done a video up here a long time ago. Alright. So we killed it.
Arrive at Glenwood
Shut up. Shut up, GPS. Alright, now. Here's my fun part. where this is. Plot section 3. Section. Okay, that's section 7. Trees down. So we're in section 3. Okay, that's 6. This way. Looks like it's gonna pour down the rain. Naomi's garden. Not really helpful. Ruth's garden. This is her office. Looking for section 3. Where are you? What is this section? Gospels, garden insurance, section 4. So we must be pretty close then. But according to Find a Grave, they are in section 3. Somewhere. Wherever 3 is. I've not been in this cemetery in years. Section 3. There's a sign up here. Okay, that's section 1. Back to where we were. So, okay, I'm going down this way. Section 3. We are in section 3. Alright. See you all in a bit. Alright, well, That really didn't take too long. I did find them. It was actually right here next to this tree. The Jim Crockett graves. Now, if you were a fan of the Ohio Valley in the 80s and the 80s and 90s wrestling, their graves are right there. Jim Crockett and family. Jim Sr., Jim Jr., his 3 kids, 2 kids, and his sister. They're all buried right here. And it's strange they're right here in your back door. I know I've done drove through this cemetery once with you all. But I was trying to find the section. So, gonna drive out of here. This is a pretty little cemetery, actually. I've done been up here. I made a video several years ago, of course. Section 2, Section 5, which coming through here and pave this. Because it's fairly rough. So I've got a couple more stops to go. If the weather holds up. Comes the rain. Thank you. off for me to do the other one or not. Water out. Yeah, the Perform X hydration watermelon strawberry isn't terrible. You can get it at the Dollar Tree. Like I said, I'm not promoting it, but I mean, you always can get it. And here comes the rain. I'll probably be able to a blue light special ahead. Attention Kingsport shoppers. There's a blue light special on the next probably 2/10 of a mile. I see the blue lights coming. They're coming behind me. I just made a parody. See? Right there's a blue light special. Everyone's driving slow like they're afraid to go around. The sad part is they're sitting in a parking lot. That's the way they do around here. I don't know about how they do everywhere else, but that's the way they do around here. Do you all remember the blue light specials at Kmart? I definitely do. My folks used to shop at Kmart a lot. And there's nothing wrong with shopping at Kmart. Not at all. There is nothing wrong with shopping at Kmart. You can still shop online though through Kmart. Which is strange, they shut down the stores. They didn't shut down the online productions. Which kind of made no sense. green light. Lord have mercy, y'all. It's not raining hard enough to hurt my phone or anything. Celebrate America's birthday at Dollywood. America done had its birthday. And two, yeah, it ain't raining hard enough to do much. My bad, y'all. Yeah, this next stop that I'm gonna stop at is an old Appalachian folk tale. If I'd be able to get to be able to turn onto the road. So this is State Street, which in the last video that I was up here showed it. Turn this down so. There's a Sapphire Club. So I'm just gonna sit right here and do the video. Actually, no, I may walk down that way because it's just right here. But I'll be back in a few, y'all. Alright. Welcome back. Well, I almost said welcome back to another video, but welcome back. So what you saw, well, you didn't get to see, but you can come out of here. That's private parking. come out of here. Yeah. Well, technically no, but oh, I better keep the rules. But anyways, so here in Bristol, on State Street on the Virginia side, the old Cameo Theater, which is going to be up here on your left. Jeez. Okay, so the Cameo Theater right here, that's on your left. Back in the Civil War era, the 19th century, an owner named Pocahontas Hale owned the building. She named it the Black Shawl. And what the Black Shawl used to be, it actually used to be a brothel for a few years. They say she used the Black Shawl as a brothel for also the Civil War soldiers. Legend says that Pocahontas was a witch. And supposedly she used her powers for healing purposes during the war. Which I'm not really for sure if that's legit or not. It's just an old Appalachian folk tale. One of the first ever cemeteries here in Bristol, when she passed away, they actually denied her burial. So she was buried in a little cemetery where the rice chairs, those apartments right there actually. She was buried there at the rice chairs. Because that used to be a cemetery before they came in and built those apartments in the 1940s. They moved her grave to what is now the Citizens Cemetery. And that's where we're actually heading right now. I say we because you're with me. That is where I'm heading right now. They say the cemetery is at the very end of this road, which we don't find a grave to look at the cemetery, and Unfortunately, there is no Pocahontas Hill buried at the cemetery because they relocated her grave, as of many others, when they built the apartments. And this is where they supposedly buried her. Honestly, better cover that up because we are in wait, right there. It's right there actually. Oh. I know that was totally illegal, but the cemetery is right in front of you, which is still kind of covered up. Citizens. But yeah, Citizen Cemetery. Right here on your left. So the cemetery has several graves. And so I'm gonna get out of here because it does say right there on that gate to keep out. So if there's a sign that you can see, I'm gonna just pull up in here like this and back out. So, yeah. Lynching of in America. But yeah, that's the old Citizens Cemetery. Supposedly where they moved Pocahontas's grave. Private property. Huh. Valley Drive. Supposedly, a witch is buried in that cemetery somewhere. Somewhere is the key word. Which there may not be a marker there. So I know how some residents are when it comes to a folklore or legend like that they're going to be unmarked graves. Middle School. apartments right there. By the Rice Terrace Apartments. That was the original. That was the original grave sites. There's a Blackbird Bakery. Tacos. Taco, anyone want a taco? Mas tequila. Burgers. So that restaurant right there used to be, I don't know exactly what it used to be. I know it's a restaurant, but I'm gonna go down here and get some gas at the Kroger. So I'm glad it's actually clearing up a little bit. There's a lot of traffic out. To be a Sunday afternoon, there's a lot of traffic. I'm in the wrong lane, aren't I? Yep. Flip, I'm in the wrong freaking lane. Oh well. I wasn't turning. That's not what I was trying to do. But oh well. this ought to be interesting. No big deal. Just trying to make a little bit of a U-turn. Could be worse. Well, never mind. I was about to say, if we're going to turn, but you can turn. Turning this time? Oh my lord. Store closing is 70% off. Well, that don't tell you what the store is closing. It doesn't say which store is closing. I guess we'll never know. I'm gonna stop and get some gas. I'm gonna head back towards Kingsport, so just bear with me. Alright, so I got gas. I am heading back towards Kingsport, because I gotta make another video. Okay, let's scroll through this way. Alright, so I'm gonna head back towards Kingsport. So I'm gonna do another video, and this one's gonna be a little bit more on the personal side of things. And if I can ever get out of this right here. Come on, car. I know you're on the Virginia side of things, but dang on. A lot of bumper stickers. back towards Kingsport, so it's always a plus. Yeah, I gotta do another video back in Kingsport actually. It's gonna be more personal. So I'm tired of the BS that's going on. Something about coming out of Bristol is a red light city. But it does look like it's clear towards Kingsport, so that's a plus. It's a good thing. Crossroads right there is now closed. That's an abandoned building. The sun's coming out. this way right here is the pinnacle. Put the sunglasses back on. actually turned out to be a pretty day. Pull off right here and get my water out. Get the water on my back seat. Alright, got the other water out. By the way, if you're ever in the Kingsport area, Bloomfield area, this is Kay's Restaurant. One of the best home cooking diners in the area. Now the only downfall is that they only accept cash, but you don't accept cards. That's the only downfall to it. But it's a great restaurant. I'm doing speed limit, which means they eat. Cell services acting up. So I had 2 new notifications on Facebook, and it's acting up. Could just be the weather also. Find the notifications, will be alright. Yeah, it rained pretty good down here. Because when I left the house, I had to go to the fence. real quick, and that's the road that I came off on. That property right there used to be an old bowling alley. I don't understand why properties that they have to take away. This last video is going to be the last one for today. Then I'm going to head on to the house, spend time with the dog. And this one is not going to be uploaded on the channel like the rest of these are. It's going to be uploaded on the TikTok side of things. thinking on how to word the next video. Actually, you know what? I'm not doing that video. I just realized I'm not going to. I'm not going to give in to the criticism and everything from them. Yeah, from them people. So what I was going to do, I was going to go down here to the Sensible Tunnel. The drive-through one. The actual tunnel. There's been critics on TikTok thinking that they're the only ones that has any type of experiences at that tunnel. And then they basically stated that I had no right to state that the tunnel is not as active, and Mr. Sensible at the end of the tunnel didn't know what he was basically talking about. I take offense to that because, for one, the way I look at things is you've seen my evidence at that tunnel. You've seen what I can, that I've put into the work for this channel. The other one, supposedly, that has the most experience, has more, whatever it's called, more activity or evidence. They don't back it up. They don't have whatever it's called, the backup power to back it up. Because the way I see things, and I could be totally wrong, and you can agree or disagree with me, that's fine. That's what we're here for. We all agree to disagree. But the way I see things is that you either put up or shut up. I've put up my evidence, and I've put up my reputation as a paranormal researcher on the channel for so the world can see. Now, I'll pull it right here. Now the ones that's criticizing, stating that I don't know what I'm talking about, that I can't say that whatever it's called, but I can't say the tunnel is not active or anything like that, is totally wrong. But they know it's right. Because they just don't want to, they don't want to post their evidences, they don't want to, they act like that I don't know what I'm talking about, that I don't have any type of evidence to back it up, which I do. It's like I said, the old saying is put up or shut up. Let's see your evidence that you supposedly have at that tunnel. Let's see it. Prove me wrong. But if you can't, then don't come onto the channel or social media and blasting me because I said what I said. What I said was, and I quote, that neither tunnel is active. The legend of Kingsport Tunnel is a legend. The gentleman at the end of the tunnel going back towards Church Hill, not Kingsport, is a descendant of Edward Kingsport. He's told me straight up that the legend of Kingsport Tunnel, those three stories that are circulating that tunnel, never happened. And even in the walk-through tunnel, which is not even considered the Kingsport Tunnel, is called the Click Tunnel. Nothing has happened in that tunnel either. The tunnel that supposedly is the most active, or the one they're all claiming to be active, is the rail tunnel that actually the railroad goes through. Not over top of the tunnel. So, you know, I grew up, if you're going to claim something, show the evidence. Show the world where the other person is wrong. And if you can't do it, then who cares what your opinion is? We all have opinions, and I know the old saying is, opinions are like assholes, everyone has one. I get it. Everyone has opinions, everyone has their own personal experiences, they have their own personal evidences. But if you don't show the world that evidence, then you can't criticize someone else for saying that the tunnel is not active. I grew up in this area. I was born in Greenville. I moved to Kingsport when I was 13 months old. I lived here ever since. I've been going to that tunnel. Both tunnels, actually. Been going to both tunnels for years. Until they shut down, or until they blocked off the Click Tunnel, the walk-through tunnel. in all my years that I've been going to those tunnels, I've not seen or heard anything. Now, a few years ago, I did catch a man's EVP at the beginning of the tunnel coming from the Churchill side, stating, "I will see you," or "I see you." I can't determine which one it is, but I know it says "see you." I posted it. There's a person criticized the video on YouTube saying there's no EVP there. Okay. I wouldn't have posted it if there wasn't. Even if there wasn't one, I'd still post it. But it is what it is. I know my evidence. The world has seen my evidence. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to head on to the house. I'm going to have to take a different route home, because it looks like Kingsport is blocked off right there next to the hospital. So I'm going to have to take a different route home, which is fine. But, yeah, so I'm going to head on to the house. I'm just going through my, finally was able to see my notifications. Okay. I'm gonna head on to the house. Oh, so I can get this video, 2 videos uploaded. Try to get out of here. That's one thing I like about having a dash cam, is I don't have to put my phone up in a windshield. The phone doesn't have to get too hot if it's summertime like now. Powell's Roundabout. See, that's a kid area. And that big building beside it is the farmer's market. So, if you got kids, you want to bring them over here to Kingsport, right there would be the perfect spot to bring them to. Ground beef, £3, $4.99. Other glasses. Jeez. You better not decide to change on me. New traffic pattern ahead. I know I'm gonna have to turn right at the hospital. They're finally going to be able to rebuild this bridge or repave it one. I have to get me a bike sometime and ride the green belt down here. My brain. Go this way. Go around this roundabout. Go around this roundabout. Roundabout, 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 roundabout. La-di-dee. Alright, you know what? I'm actually going to stop and get a pot of supper, so I don't have to cook tonight. probably stop at Pal's up here. Amazing tacos. Okay, you're turning. Should have signaled before. Stop at this gas station real quick before going into the house. Kingsport amateur and electric. Well, why ain't you a professional? That's the question of the day. And this used to be a decent restaurant, but they shut this. They're still open. They're just under a whole new management. See, they're only open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then on Sunday, they're only open until 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. But closed on Sundays. So, they really need to be open more. Especially on Saturdays, you know. But I'm going to stop and get pals right here for lunch. Or supper, or whatever it is. So, ooh, are they even open? What are they doing here? Okay. Will this thing go over top of this? Is that popping any tires? Yeah. Barely. Cool. Just give it a second here. I don't know what they're doing out there, but it's a mouthful, really. Let me get my card out of here. I hope my card does work now.
It'll be $39.42.
Alright, doing good. How are you all?
I'm doing good. Card back.
Alright.
Patty milk. 2 orders, plain chili or cheese. Crunchy fry. Tea. Large doctor, huh?
Okay.
Second.
Alright.
Third.
Thank you all.
Every day.
You too.
Thank you.
Okay. Now just go roll the window down and cruise on home. I know it's a song, right? So I don't know what they're doing right there. So it's really inconvenient, really. So if you're ever in the Kingsport, Tri-Cities area, Southwest Virginia, check out Pal's. Great food in a flash. Even though whatever they're doing right there makes it a little inconvenient. I know there's multiple parts to this video, but I want to say thank you all for riding along with me. I know this is going to be a long video, but that's okay. Just want to say thank you all for riding along with me. Again, thank you for all the love and support that you've been showing to the channel. I'm actually almost through. You stay right there. Picture. My cousin. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on social media, and remember, today could be a great day for you if you want it to be. Hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Sunday evening. Hope you have a wonderful week. And I'll see you all later.